Hello and welcome back. This is the fourth and final video to help improve your understanding of cloud computing and provide you with a basic understanding of cloud computing. This series of videos stems from work between the New York State Board of Elections and the Center for Technology and Government at the University of Albany for the purpose of building technical knowledge and capabilities of New York State's election officials. This fourth video builds upon videos 1, 2, and 3 to apply what we have learned about cloud computing to specific considerations for voter registration and elections management. Many solutions, including those in voter registration and elections management, are moving to the cloud. Let's review what we have covered so far. We have learned that cloud computing is a collection of computers working together, run by an external provider, and accessed by the internet. We have learned about some key technologies, like servers, which serve up data and applications, which are software that provide a specific function. We've seen that there are different cloud deployments. For example, an organization can access servers via the cloud, called infrastructure as a service, or access applications via the cloud, called software as a service. Depending on what is purchased, government organizations have different technologies that they own and manage versus what the cloud supplier owns and manages. And as we've seen, using the example of Netflix, how software as a service, or SaaS, has dramatically changed how people watch movies at home. Using this analogy, we discuss some advantages and disadvantages of SaaS. Now let's apply this information to software applications commonly used for voter registration and election management processes. We've spent some time discussing cloud applications, or SaaS, in the previous videos because there is movement by vendors to offer their applications via the cloud, as well as more and more examples of states and counties using SaaS. To be clear, we aren't talking about online voting, which has a unique set of considerations. We are talking about the tools you are using every day to manage voter registration and other elections management processes. There are examples of well-known election management and voter registration companies offering some of their solutions via the cloud, and a growing number of states deploying some cloud applications. Several jurisdictions have some voter registration applications delivered via the cloud. For example, the state of Florida reports moving part of its voter registration system to the cloud because they felt it was more secure, and they use Amazon's GovCloud. The state of Washington also uses software as a service for some of its election management functions. For example, they use a SaaS offering for online petitions, Democracy Live for a cloud-based online registration system, and some parts of BPro Vote Law for election night reporting. Their main voter registration system, provided by BPro, is on-premise, as they felt that was a more secure option. Vendors that you may be familiar with also have cloud offerings. NTS Data Services, a provider to counties in New York for over 40 years, offers the Team suite of elections products. Their election night reporting application, Team ENR, is a SaaS offering. So if you are using Team ENR, you are already using the cloud. Knowink also offers a cloud-based election night results solution. Its election night results application offers many of the features we have discussed in SaaS offerings, such as being accessible from any device like computers, tablets, or smartphones, offering real-time data, and requiring an internet connection. 10x, another company you may be familiar with, offers live results and other functionality via cloud services. So why consider SaaS for voter registration? An advantage of a SaaS offering for voter registration is the ability to keep updating and improving functionality. SaaS providers have large teams of software developers who are continuously adding capabilities. This has become more important in the recent years as voter registration laws have changed and as demands by constituents have changed for more registration options. For example, same-day voter registration, automatic registration, and universal voter registration may require updates to existing systems and scale to support real-time data entry and processing that are more easily obtained via a SaaS offering. And while security is often cited as a concern, in some cases where states and counties are concerned about their internal security capabilities, and as fears grow about attacks by foreign actors, the robust security of a SaaS provider and the infrastructure they are using from companies like Microsoft and Amazon can enhance an organization's security posture. Going to a cloud-based application is a shift in business as usual. Staff, including county IT staff, will go from handling daily operations for IT hardware, connectivity, and software to more work around managing vendor contracts and managing the vendor relationship. There may need to be new policies around governance and who can log in and access what functionality. Typically, this is defined by role and configured by the county itself, but it may require additional work to formalize roles and responsibilities. Migrating to cloud applications also requires training staff and change management. It is a process to shift to something new, and most challenges arise when all those involved are not given the opportunity to give their input and to understand reasons for changes. When considering a SaaS option, what are some of the important questions to ask of potential vendors? Here are some fundamental questions to ask. Is the vendor a stable, viable partner over the long term? As with any vendor, you want to be sure that you can have a long-term partnership. The flip side of this is how the vendor manages data when you may want to change suppliers. Questions to ask here include, what is the vendor's policy about data portability? How easy or hard is it for you to change vendors and take your data with you? Can they show you their product roadmap and plans for adding features and functionality? Not only is it important to understand their release cycle, but also what updates they are planning to make to their offering. In addition, you want the ability to provide feedback and ask for certain features and have a vendor that is responsive to your input. How do they offer customer support? How responsive are they, and by what communication channel, phone, email, etc.? What is their subscription model? How do they charge for usage, and what are the implications on your budget? With SaaS as a subscription model, there can be different ways usage is monitored. For example, it could be by number of users, number of active users, or number of voter registration accounts. They may have a tiered pricing structure with different features offered at different tiers. It is important to understand pricing and how it will change your costs at time of higher activity and usage. Are there the same features and functionality in SaaS offerings as with traditional licensed software? Some vendors offer SaaS products that lack some of the features of their licensed software and may offer a more simplified product. How do they handle security and compliance specific to voter registration and elections in New York State? Voter registration suppliers understand that security is paramount, and they may have robust plans in place to ensure your data is secure. It will be important to ask about their security and compare among vendors. And lastly, can they provide the names and numbers of customer references? As with any purchase, valuable information can come from a customer reference. This brings us to the end of our time together. Thank you for your attention and taking the time to learn more about cloud computing. You are now equipped with a better understanding of cloud computing, its benefits and challenges, and questions to ask when considering cloud services. Cloud computing is a viable option for states and counties in voter registration and elections management, and we hope that these videos gave you the information to explore these options further.